Hi, welcome to Range and Country. I'm Lawrence.
And I'm Peter.
And we're here to bring you a review on the, not necessarily new, but updated, facelifted side lever Ultra CLX. Let's get into it. Okay, so here we are then. Now, we were looking through our previous videos that we've done, and we'd never actually done a review on the standard Ultra CLX.
It's quite surprising.
Yeah, it was the outgoing model. The model that this is sort of facelifting is bolt action. Otherwise, exactly the same. So this isn't, as I say, it's not a new gun or anything. It's the sort of new side lever action that they've had on the R12s as well.
So this is how the standard CLX will come now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Let's start to show what it's got, shall we?
Yeah.
So fixed rubber recoil pad, butt pad, grippy, ventilated. Down at this end, we've got a little sling stud under there.
Yeah.
And his mate is up the front there,
yep.
already fitted. Saves you cocking the stock up by drilling it in the wrong place.
I think BSAs are one of the few brands. I think the Ultras and the R12s now are one of the very few rifles that come with sling studs mounted, ready to go nowadays.
And it's surprising, how many people actually do like a sling stud up front.
Yeah.
Not necessarily down the back.
Well, we quite often get people asked for, oh, can I mount a sling onto it because I'm walking around with it.
But it's the bipod as well, isn't it? The bipod fitment as well, which is just, and it's, they say, will you drill the stock for me? Will you put one in and go, here's a drill bit.
Yeah.
Here's a stud. Good luck. No, because it is a little bit
bit daunting, isn't it?
It is a little bit, yeah. It's just so easy to slip with that drill, and but the standard, which is great.
Yeah, nice to see a little change.
Yeah.
We've got a lovely beach stock. It's non-adjustable, but obviously the Ultra doesn't have all the features of the R12. We've got this raised cheek piece here, ambidextrous.
It is, yeah.
We've got a safety catch just at the back of the action here, just above, in front of where your thumb goes.
Now, it's interesting with this safety catch. On the R12, on the first model that we reviewed, the safety catch was silent, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But now we've got a positive click on here.
Sounds like my knees in the morning.
At your age?
Yeah.
To be honest, I like the click.
Yeah. You know when it's on.
You know when it's off.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know where you are. It's I always think something that's really quiet is a little bit woolly.
Yeah, it can be a bit, is it on? Is it going to just slip on if I push the rifle over or something like that?
Yeah. Got an adjustable trigger blade down here, so you can move it around on the trigger post. You can't adjust the height of it.
No.
So you've got a little screw there. You can adjust the position of the trigger as well. Laterally. That would be lateral, wouldn't it?
One of them.
So you can have it forward or backwards, and you can change the plane of the blade, but you can't change the height of the blade as you can on some when you've just got a bare post. But some of those with a bare post, sometimes the Allen screw in there doesn't grip it very well, does it? And it's really hard to tighten it because it's a minute Allen key.
Yeah.
So
added complication.
I like that. Yeah, I do like that.
It's a nice trigger.
Oh, it's very nice.
Obviously, we'll get into that when we get into handling.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is a quality rifle. They save on some. There you go. They save on some features, but they give you build quality instead. So obviously, we're going to mention sort of comparable rifles. We've got Rexmex Pretensis.
There's quite a few, isn't there? This sort of price.
Yeah.
You've got the you've got the the Krauls. Some of the Krauls. You've got some of the Reximex.
Yeah.
What else is going to be in this sort of ballpark? You've got the new pressy hole that are coming in from Airguns.
What do you call me?
More of that in the future. What else have we got round about this mark? There's a few. What Walther mates?
Yeah, they're a bit cheaper and they're bolt action, aren't they? They're a bit heavier. Yeah, I think the big ones, at least for us, are something like a Rex Max Myth or a Pretensis, something like that.
It's a real good price point, this one, isn't it?
Yeah. This is a better quality rifle.
It really is. It certainly is, yeah. For longevity. I mean, the original Ultra, the SE.
Oh, the SE. I was going to thought you meant the original Ultra with the little cock and lever at the front.
Cock and lever. I mean, they're still popular, aren't they? People still use them a lot.
Yeah.
We get them in for service. The SEs, hugely popular hunting rifle. So short, compact, powerful, brilliant.
I mean, they had some problems over the years, didn't they? They're not regulated. These are still not regulated. So, like the older R10s of that era, they had some reg problems and bits and pieces.
No, the Ultras weren't regulated.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
So, like the R10s of the era were, and they had complications.
They did. Yeah.
The Ultras never did.
Yeah.
They were a bit more simple inside, and that's.
So was Scorpion. Scorpion was very similar as well. Now, one thing I do like, and I gushed about it on the R12, is this little...
Yeah. This is the reason we're here. This is the point of the video. This is what the review's about. So it's this lovely side lever.
Now, it's a bit stiffer than the R12 and most rifles. It's obviously got to draw back the hammer spring. But that, as you grip that with 2 fingers and bring it back, and it actually twists. It's like bearing mounted in there. It's just so smooth.
Yeah, the vertical biathlon style section, that twists.
That's the engineer in my blood that likes that. And it just oozes quality, doesn't it?
Yeah, yeah. This feels like a big step up.
So much easier than a bolt.
Yeah.
And if you want to a little bit more leverage, just put your thumb there, bring that back with your 2 fingers. Very positive. Now, one really good feature of this one that I like, anti-double load.
Yeah, I had to remind you that these have it, because these are shared with the R12s, the R12 CLXs, which, if you've watched any of our videos of the past sort of 6 months or so, we, at the minute, are raving about the R12 CLX. The KN came out, the sort of red laminate stoke, that's what came out.
That was gorgeous.
Looked nice, works well as well. And this is sharing the same action. I'm sure it's not, but it's the same mechanism. It's the same.
Yeah. You've got a little tab there as well that tells you when it's cocked. A little red tab on that side.
Yeah.
And I mean, I was going to just elaborate. One of the biggest problems that we come across, because we've got a busy shop, so we sell quite a lot of guns. And I think the biggest thing that we come across is people have double loaded it.
Double loaded, and then by extension, triple loaded, quadrupled.
Yeah, barrels blocked.
Yeah. And
they go, if we've delivered to them 100, 150 miles away, and they go, how do I get over this? And you go, you can't bring it into the shop, so far away. Obviously, it's the first gun, they've let the pressure drop down, or they've just indexed it, double indexed it, treble indexed it, and it's blocked up. But you can't do it with it. It's fantastic.
Yeah. Viroc have had it out for
I will say
years.
I will just elaborate on it. You can't double load it. You'd have to try really hard to double load it, as we've had somebody in one of our HW100s on the range, I think. Was it 7 pellets they got stuck up it?
Double loaded a HW100, which is impressive.
That was very impressive. They really deserved a star for that, didn't they?
Yeah. So, yes, the beauty
but we digress. But it is a big problem, this double loading.
For beginners.
With new shooters, yeah. It's brand new to them. And they do it. And every week we'll probably get 2 or 3 phone calls of nothing's coming out the end, and you go, okay, so we've got to explain this over the phone, or we've got to get the rifle back to us, we've got to collect it, or we've got to bring it back into the shop. and we've got to talk them through how to unblock the barrel and what they've done wrong to block it in the first place.
Yeah. So yes, we don't have that problem with the Ultra.
It's a breath of fresh air, to be honest, for me.
I'll be honest, I don't know if they had it on the bolt action CLX, the outgoing model. We may have done.
We didn't review it, so we won't know.
Yeah, we forgot to review it.
I know we did the KN, and we absolutely raved about the KN, didn't we?
Yes, and we did the Wilderness.
No, the
Special
Wilderness.
Edition.
I mean, yeah, the Wilderness. Getting mixed up with the R12 KN.
Also in the action sort of staying on the same subject, it's a 12-round magazine. It's the new CLX magazine. So it's the new one. Obviously shares the same with the R12, hence the 12-round.
Very nice, very well made magazine.
Well, they are nowadays, aren't they?
They did have a bit of problem on the R12 at the start, didn't they?
Yeah. When was that? 2 years ago? Was that 2 years ago? 3
How
years
long has
ago?
it been out?
I don't know.
It's quite a while.
Yeah, they had some problems, but they were fixed. Well, a year and a half ago now, and they've been bomb-proof ever since. Which is why we rave about the R12s and probably now
And I
the
think
Ultras.
you've got a little window in there where you see the number, can't you, of the shot of the pellet.
Yeah.
For me, I look over the glasses to look down the scope, and I keep my glasses on, and I can see that number on the magazine as I am indexing, as I'm shooting. And that's probably the easiest of any gun to see the numbering.
There are a couple, I think, that do it nowadays.
But I think this is one of the very easiest. Yeah.
Anyway, right, so that's here. Moving forward, there's a barrel here. There's not much to talk about.
About 320mm, that is, I think. 32 centimetres, 320mm.
Yeah. It's a threaded barrel. I say shrouded. It's a threaded barrel. Nice little muzzle brake on here. Just looks quite nice. But you'll want a moderator onto it. You'd want to put a silencer onto it because it's quite a short barrel. They're quite loud. Yeah.
The shorter the barrel, the noisier it is, basically, isn't it?
Yeah. So yeah, nice threaded barrel. Standard 1/2" UNF. On the end of the cylinder down here, we've got a lovely big gauge. Again, this gauge is the same as the R12. Obviously, the R12 has it underneath the stock. Nice big green section when you write. Yellow is too low. Red is too high. Nice big numbers, really easy to see. Yeah, nice little addition. And then that is hidden by this little metal shroud. All you do is spin that to the correct position. Fill probe pushes in, and you fill it from there, and then you can hide it away.
Now, you mentioned about the barrel. It is a BSA cold forged hammer barrel, isn't it? One of their legendary barrels.
Yeah.
So accuracy shouldn't be a problem at all.
Shall we jump into handling?
Let's chat about that.
Okay, back with you in handling then. So we've run the numbers. Lengthwise, it's about 800mm up to the end of the muzzle brake. So you'll lose 30mm or so taking the muzzle brake off, which is about 30 inches. So it's quite a short little rifle.
Very short.
Ultras always have been, right? That's the whole point of them. Short little hunting rifle. You wouldn't want to be down the range for a day with it because you'd be constantly filling it up.
Yeah.
You only get, to that same note, you only get about 60 shots out of them.
Only, but that's not bad at all. That's it's a little bit more than a Varrock HW100 KT.
Yeah, similar, isn't it?
Yeah.
Similar sort of cylinder size, I guess.
Yeah. Lot lighter.
Mm.
Hugely lighter than that. So 660 is quite, especially if you're hunting, if you're vermin control, 60 is very respectable, isn't it?
Yeah. I think that's probably the 2.2. It's probably more like 45, 50 in the ones and so.
Yeah, a lot of bunnies.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Are you going to use that as a very clever segue to go into weight? No.
What for?
So the weight of the rifle, brilliant. That was a WAIT joke. Brilliant.
Got you.
The weight, as we've got it here, 3.1 kilos. We've got a Hawk Vantage wide angle on it.
It's quite a big scope as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it's half kilo of scope or so. £6 and 13 ounces for the older guard that don't understand kilos. It's a light rifle. It's a light, short, little hunting rifle.
Compact, manoeuvrable.
Yeah.
Yeah, certainly is. It's going on the old, it's a renewed version of the old Ultra SE, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
Short, compact, does the job.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I would say it feels really nice as well. It's beach stock only, certainly to start with, at least as of recording. Feels very, very nice. It feels nice and comfortable in the shoulder. It's nicely balanced, even with quite a big, heavy scope on quite a light rifle. I quite like it. The trigger for me from factory is about bang on. And obviously we know and love the side lever. That's nice and smooth and nice and easy to use. One thing as just...
Go on then. What's this?
What scope rail's on it?
So that's a 9 to 11.
Yeah.
We think.
Is it?
Is it? Because
Right.
they're 13s, aren't they?
Yeah.
So it will be a 13.
So historically, now I don't know the reason why. I'm sure one of the commenters will tell me why. BSAs have always had an 11 to 13 millimeter dovetail rail up top, rather than the industry standard 9 to 11 millimeter. What that means is your 9 to 11 mil mounts will go straight on. They'll work, they'll be fine. You'll be able to zero the scope, won't be a problem. But what will happen is your gun will be there, and your mounts, if it's a 9 to 11 scope, I'm exaggerating, but will be sat there. So over distances, the pellet will be going off.
I think we are 13 mil rail on this one. Probably because they're such an old manufacturer. In here it says 1861. It was probably ½ inch, wasn't it, in reality, which is 12.5, 12.54 something mils. Probably back to the old metric, the old imperial days. But yeah, good point. So
just one thing to look out for.
If you're buying BSAs, you need your 13 mil mount.
Yeah, we have got 13 mil mounts. We do a good sports match range of them. Perfectly available, readily available, and available for any scopes. Yeah, it's just one of those things. Just one of the things that you need to be aware of.
Yes, definitely.
Shall we jump into actually shooting the thing?
Let's have a go see what it actually does.
Okay,
Yeah.
Let's get set up and we'll be back with you shortly. Okay, here we are ready to shoot this new CLX side lever. Let's give it a go.
Let's see what I can do. Now we are using it's come to be one of our standard pellets, haven't they?
Yeah.
The QYS heavies.
That's it. So the QYS streamlined heavies, 4.50 head size, 9.56 grains. We're 25 meters and we're indoor.
Did you zero this one?
Yeah. I zeroed it, and then obviously you've adjusted the ocular lens, the rubber bit at the back of the scope.
For a blind person?
Yeah.
Oh. Where was that? Which hole was that?
Through that second hole. Basically through the ball.
It's got a little bit of a bark to it, this one, isn't it? With a short barrel.
Yeah.
It really does need a moderator on if you're going to be doing any vermin control.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Even if you're on the range, you might annoy your neighbours. That's not bad at all.
Not bad for me, is it? There's a fly buzzing around the target.
There's a fly buzzing around in here
as well.
Hmm. I think you're out.
What?
I think so.
I wasn't counting. You are very correct.
I could hear it.
Could you?
Mm.
Didn't index.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm happy with that.
That's pretty bang on to me.
It is for me, yeah.
That's sort of fingernail, pinky nail grouping, that is.
Mm. Obviously, with a lot more practice, I could be. You could tighten that up now.
Yeah, more than like half an hour that we have before we shoot these videos, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's have a jump into the conclusion then. Okay, we're back with you now. Right. One thing I've just mentioned to conclude.
If there's one thing we like to do, it's throw that old cat among those pigeons, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the one.
And get people talking. And
I know you say it a lot in the shop. An S410 is like the epitome of high quality, simple, everyday rifle. Air Arms S410. But in recent times, i.e. over the past sort of 4 or 5 years, the price of the 410s has been creeping up and up and up to the point where it's suddenly not, oh yeah, that's a nice entry level price. It's now £1,000 by the time you've got a scope on it sort of price.
yeah.
Is this the new replacement for the Air Arms S410 in that sort of price bracket?
I mean, is this? I'm thinking this is probably going to be a bit cheaper than an S400, the single shot.
I don't know how much 400 is nowadays. Are they mid six?
We should know, really. Shouldn't we having a shot? Problem is, we sell so many different ones. It's just hard to. I think this is cheaper than S400.
Which puts the 400 in quite a poor light because the 400 is a single shot rifle.
Yeah. Again, though, we've got quality, haven't we? You know, the amount of 20-odd-year-old Air Arms S410s that you see that are absolutely laser accurate and
that's what. Well, yeah, the quality has always been there of an Air Arms.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to dispute that.
Yeah.
But this new Ultra feels like a big step up. It feels like a baby R12 at twice the price, double and a bit.
Yeah.
It feels quality.
It does.
To me, it feels like spiritual successor. It's taking over the point of an S410.
Probably. I mean, it's probably a little bit below. I mean, we talk about sort of starter rifles, don't we? And then we talk about mid range, and then we talk sort of moving on, you know. And I would say sort of budget rifles are up to sort of £500 and mid range of 500 to 750 maybe, something like that. It's very hard because prices are changing all the time, aren't they?
Yeah.
But I think the price point of this is very, very good.
This is
especially for the features that you've got.
Yeah. Obviously, we're not going to say the price.
We slipped up there, didn't we? Well, we didn't slip up. We had somebody message us a couple of weeks ago and say, well, the price for your, what was it, Speedmaster? Milbo Speedmaster
CO2 rifle.
You said it's this much in your video, and it's not. It's this much on your website. And you go,
yeah,
that was
3 years ago.
Yeah, so called inflation.
Yeah. So yes, this is sort of upper starter rifle.
Yeah.
Basing on that.
I mean, we get a lot of people who that they come in for a starter rifle and you go, okay, Gammo GX, GX250, Gammo GX40, Gammo Fox, brilliant. Apart from they don't want the synthetic, do they?
Yeah.
They're traditionalists. They want a bit of wood.
And Gammo Coyotes are now getting towards this sort of price.
And you haven't got the Antidouble. You haven't got the really smooth side lever. Yeah, you're right. So I think this is a really contender. I think this is going to be a fast mover.
Yeah, I do too.
Certainly. But we, as you can tell, we like it. We're all in favour. And you know,
usually the longer the video, the better we like a rifle.
Yeah. You know, we're not afraid to say if we don't like something either. So, Can't really find a fault on this one.
No, it shot really well. It's a short rifle, so we've said it before. We'll say it 1,000 times. Short rifles and bullpups can be a bit floaty in the shoulder, but it was
just needs more practice.
The gun will do it. The rifle will do it. Yeah, it's not.
Yeah.
Well, there we go. We really like it.
Not much else we can say, really, is there? It's.
Apologies for missing out on the CLX bolt action, but here we are with the side lever.
Yeah. We probably didn't like that one enough to.
Possibly didn't.
Probably didn't like the bolt action, but they've put things right.
There we go. Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much for watching.
Thank you.
Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.